Okay, hello. It's the 14th of January. Today's poem is by Edgar Allan Poe and it's called To Science. Edgar Allan Poe was an American poet and short story writer, very famous, and we associate him with the Romantic movement and, to a lesser extent, crime fiction. He's one of the founding fathers of detective fiction. He was considered the first person to write one of those. This poem was written way back in the 1600s, and in 1610 the Italian astronomer Galileo wrote about his discovery of the four moons of Jupiter. So this was the first time that somebody had proved that there were objects in space that couldn't be seen with the naked eye but could be seen with a telescope. So this was a really big deal. His findings were not well received, particularly by the Catholic Church, and he was penalised for his claim that the earth revolved around the sun. So he spent the next 8 years of his life under house arrest. And this poem is about that rejection of science in some ways. In Poe's sonnet, this is a sonnet, a 14-line poem, he asks a series of questions about whether science serves to tear poetry and mythology away from life itself and leave us with what he calls dull realities. Essentially, does it make life more boring, or does poetry make life more interesting, or does science make life more boring? Obviously, it's a series of rhetorical questions because those answers are impossible. Okay, here we go. Science, true daughter of old time thou art, who alterest all things with thy peering eyes, who preyest thou thus upon the poet's heart, vulture, whose wings are dull realities? How should he love thee, or how deem thee wise, who wouldst not leave him in his wandering to seek for treasure in the jewelled skies? Albeit he soared with an undaunted wing, hast thou not dragged Diana from her car, and driven the Hamadryad from the wood to seek a shelter in some happier star? Hast thou not torn the Naiad from her flood, the elfin from the green grass, and from me the summer dream beneath the tamarind tree?